So, one thing that has really come into my own mental processes is ants. These ants continually try to find food. They continually try to get in at any place they can. Now, I have to admire the ants for what they can achieve when they put their antennas together. Now, these ants are ants, yes. The house is disturbing their environment, I know. These ants, they work together to achieve things, a common goal, survival. These ants are scavenging for food, sugars, things that they can take back to the colony hive or the bunker. They find things that they can take back so they can have things for winter, because it's all about survival. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who have homes, if there's a trail, I'm not saying, one or two. I'm talking about you look on the floor and see a black line because of the amount that have accumulated. That's when it's like, whoa, I'm being invaded. Now, how? As a human, we are all quite, we differ in size, but we're all quite large, especially compared to an ant. We could effectively destroy many of them in one fell swoop. Now, they don't know, or they might, I don't know. They probably most likely don't know that they're in an environment of these giants that do not like them. For obviously multiple reasons. Who wants ants in their room or their house? Per se, if you were sleeping, it wouldn't be the most convenient thing to wake up and there's, ants crawling on your arm, and then, oh no, they're on your chest. That's terrifying almost. Not necessarily, but think for a second. You not only are you going to get up freaked out, but you're going to drop a lot of ants, not only on your bed, but on the floor. So if you have carpet, it's just a big situation that's kind of like, ugh. Now, I'm going a little off topic, but mainly, this is about my admiration for the ants. Now, like I was saying, anybody with a home would try to eradicate the ants. They would, spray, they'll use Raid, they'll use actual sprays, around the house, even, leave bait, whatever. There are many things, I suppose. Now, for us, we simply used Raid, and it does kill them. But the reason I have respect and admiration, and the reason I'm making this video, is because I give props to the ants. Because these mofos, on multiple occasions, have continually found ways to enter the building. They are in multiple areas, invading multiple things. They took out some cereal, some chocolate, not chocolate milk, some hot chocolate. And the first question that popped into my mind is, I know these guys do not have My apologies for that. As I was saying, these ants, I have to respect and admire them for the fact that they have been eradicated multiple times, but continually, because of their survival, because of their will to live, their will to survive, it's ironically unfair that we dislike them, I dislike them. But this is my environment. I wouldn't go out into nature and just start killing them, stomping them, and putting water inside of their little mount. As long as they're in their environment, I wouldn't harm them or mess with them, purposefully antagonizing me. Now, when they're in my environment, invading my space, crawling on things that are mine, that have to be cleaned, then yes, I will try to eradicate them, as would many people. Now, with that being said, they've come back multiple times, possibly maybe about 6 or 7. And yes, the typical individual would provide a logical, analysis, such as, why don't you just leave bait out for them so they could take it back? And that's fine. It's not about killing them all. I don't care to kill them all. They can be in their environment. I just wouldn't want them in my environment. So I wouldn't take that kind of drastic effect. Now, is it better? Will it relieve pain and having to deal with it? Yeah, probably. It would avoid situations like this. That's why I'm making this video, I'm making this video audio, because of the ants, the gosh darn ants. The gosh darn ants. I respect them and I admire them. They manage to use their communication skills without talking. They speak through their antennas. Now, I don't know if they have noses, so I don't know if they can smell. I believe they have mouths because they ingest. They, to the best of my knowledge, have pincers. So I don't know if they can open things or bite through things, but I know that they are gosh darn trying to survive. So if I was trying to survive, not saying I cook up crack or, go rob, but, I do what I logically and reasonably will need to do to ensure my survival. In a true survival sense, kill or be killed. And not necessarily saying I'm just going to kill somebody, but if somebody tried to take my life, then I would fight back. I wouldn't just gradually, take my life. No, I would fight to a certain extent. Now, if I were, I don't even know really, the ants really, the ants, I admire them. They're very spontaneous and rambunctious. These guys continually try to come back time and time and time again. Even though we've used raid on them. I'm still talking about the ants. I just admire the ants so much. They're so strong-willed. They just have so much audacity. But it's because they're surviving. Because they're trying to thrive in the environment. But they're coming right into our environment. But I have to admire the fact that they can communicate, that they can work together and be a team, that they can achieve the goal of survival. Now, I will say this in front of everybody. I'm sorry I killed all the ants I've killed, but they were in my environment. Now, if they were in their environment, I wouldn't have killed them. But because of this situation, it's almost a pandemic. Their survival and my survival cannot intermingle because, like I said, in the environment that we're in, it's kill or be killed. So they're either going to kill me, which they're not, or I'm going to kill them, which I'm possibly most likely would. Now, if I... It's not necessarily about the ants. What it is about, what is the main point, is that these ants struggle to survive. They struggle to get food, but they do it together. It's not like one ant working alone. Not possibly, but there's usually a colony. Every time you find one, you can most likely find others. And if you find others, you can most likely find the line. And if you follow a line, or if you follow the trail back, you'll be able to kind of figure out where they're going and where they come from. See, that takes not only teamwork and communication, but it takes a good process. They know their design, so they fulfill it to the best of their abilities. And they're able to get into our house multiple times. So there's a lot of them. And if, the ones that got inside we killed, the others still came in, which means that they had a certain information or knowledge that allowed them to also come in as well. Now, it could be something simple like a crack or whatever, but they had to find that crack, and then they had to communicate that crack was there, and then they had to slowly traverse that crack and see where it goes, what's there, what's happening. This is why I admire the ant, because it is small and almost insignificant, but to somebody like me who can look at this ant for what it is, it isn't a insect, a creature that has a purpose. It does something. It knows what it's going to do, and it does it to the best of its ability because it's surviving. This is almost a perfect representation of what society should be like as a whole. I'm not just saying a couple people on top or the couple people on bottom. I'm saying as a whole, everybody, the children growing up, the youth, the young adults, the adults, the elderly, the mature people, everybody should have the same mindset, the same not necessarily mindset, but the same understanding of life. Not necessarily survival of the fittest, kill or be killed, but if we all work together, we can achieve something great. We can achieve survival for the entire colony. People lack the ability to know that teamwork is a vital skill. It is a vital function. If you can be a team, if you can lead a team, what are the special the SEALs? They're a team. Oh my gosh, my 15 minutes are almost up, and I'm getting serious. The ants. I'm gonna make a part 2 about this because it's way too serious. So I am gonna be signing off for now, but I am gonna make a part 2 to this. It's too serious. It's too juicy. The ants are juicy. All right. This is Indigo 777, signing off. Peace.